you humble us that you may lift us up. In the heat of summer, you teach us to keep a cool focus that we may fear and love you above all things. 80 years ago, the world was weary of global war. Europe was in ruins and better than half of Tokyo burned. August 6th and August 9th brought thermonuclear heat to 2 cities in the islands of Japan. August 14th, the Second World War came to a close. Lord, tonight, we ask that you have mercy not only on our community, but on our world today. Many people are ready to breathe a fresh breath of peace. Forgive our mistakes and instill your discipline in us that we may have self-discipline to share. Use our public and private education to support parents who are accountable to you for the instruction of our children. Guard our schools, our coaches, our teachers, and all those who are entrusted with those responsibilities. But tonight, we ask that you would bless our city of Shepherdsville with an honest industry and an honorable way of life. Save us, Lord, from the addiction and the violence, the discord and the confusion. Heal fractured families. Support us in the defending of life and liberty and the pursuit of a common happiness that is interested in the joy of our neighbor. Give to those to whom we have entrusted the authority of government the spirit of wisdom, that there may be order and justice and peace in and around our homes. Guard and guide our Mayor Jose, our council, and all who hold public office. Bless their work and decisions. Safeguard each soul. As you have promised freedom in your Son, so now provide guidance by your Holy Spirit. This I ask for our good, for your glory. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pastor Thomas, always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for being here. All right, Miss Brenda, 6:03. If we could get call to order, roll call, please.
Mike,
Here.
Rob,
Here.
Jennifer,
Here.
Brad,
Here.
Bonnie.
Here.
All right, thank you, council. I need a motion and a second. Motion by Rob. A second on approval of meetings.
Second.
We got a second? Yeah, we got a second. Thank you, Brad.
All right, Bonnie,
Maybe they didn't like you. I don't know.
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
and Jennifer.
Yes.
All right, thank you, council. Miss Luann, I know that most of us, you had your presentation last week. You've got the owner of the property and obviously the developer here. We have our second reading on this. I don't know if there's any questions I want to ask. Make sure that you guys had any questions about the annexation piece. This is on the 245-61 corridor. That's the southeast side of that property. I just want to make sure if there's anything else that you guys want to ask. We're going to have a second reading on that, then a vote. All right? All right. Ms. Catherine?
City of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, ordinance 025025, an ordinance pursuant to KRS 81A.412, annexing into the City of Shepherdsville, Bullitt County, Kentucky, by consent of all property owners, a parcel of real estate currently owned by Rhonda Dennison, consisting of 5.0 acres more or less, located at and known as 5228 South Preston Highway, Lebanon Junction, Bullitt County, Kentucky, having parcel ID 04C00090Z1, as more particularly described and illustrated in and on exhibits to this ordinance, sponsored by Councilmember Mike Hibbert. Summary, Section 1, sets forth a description of the property which is the subject of this ordinance as real estate consisting of 5.0 acres more or less, located at and known as 5228 South Preston Highway, Lebanon Junction, Kentucky, 40150, parcel ID 04C0009001, conveyed to Rhonda Dennison in Bullitt County Deed Book 1135, page 779, hereinafter property. Section 2 incorporates by reference the exhibits that describe and illustrate the property. Section 3 sets forth that the property is adjacent to the city's boundaries and is urban in character and suitable for development for urban purposes. Section 4 sets forth that the owner of record of the property has given prior written consent and that the city enacts a single ordinance annexing the property. Section 5 sets forth that the property is annexed into the city limits of the City of Shepherdsville. Section 6 sets forth that after annexation, the property will remain subject to the same land use restrictions as applied by the Bullitt County Fiscal Court prior to annexation. Section 7 sets forth the severability clause. Section 8 sets forth the repeal of prior ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Section 9 sets forth the publication requirement.
All right, before we, I know we had another annexation a while back, and I want to make sure, Chief Jody, you're aware of this annexation? I know we've talked about it before. From a service standpoint, obviously it's closer than the one proposed before, but you're good on servicing on that property? Okay. And I know, Darren, you're actually for the police. I want to make sure as well, too, from a standpoint of our service, what we do in our community, this piece here, we're comfortable with? All right. Well, I just want to make sure we ask. I mean, this is closer, but I know it was a concern for this group the last time. I just want to make sure that that was out there as well, to make sure I didn't take that for granted as well for the council. All right? I just want to make sure. So, yes, sir.
I think this is a good idea, just because it's within the city, it's affordable. I see it taken away from the traffic coming from somewhere else, so hopefully alleviate some of the traffic. But after annex, you do have to appease the citizens that live around there, of course, but other than that, I'm good.
I appreciate that. Like I said, we have to be very creative about where we have housing. We obviously know that the city needs it. It's a problem across the country, right? We're gonna run into that problem just like everybody else. It's no different but I think the key is we have to be more creative about that from a traffic standpoint, where the water impact is, those kind of things, how it really fits into the city. So I'm excited for that part. I appreciate your comments, Rob. I do need a motion.
Motion?
Motion. I need a second.
I'll second.
All right, second. Ms. Brenda?
Mike,
Yes.
Bonnie,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
and Brett.
Yes.
Thank you all, council. And for you all, congratulations. We appreciate that for all of you. Just built some really nice dwellings over there, okay? All right, you all have it. Thank you. All right. We got our old business done. Our new business. Oh, yes, we got it.
Well, that one's open.
I'm sorry, what happened?
There's somebody on the board.
Oh,
Wants some thought.
no, okay.
You have to go around all the way to the other side.
We're just gonna leave you right there, Bonnie, so you can just direct traffic.
Security.
Yeah, security. There we go. All right, so new business. Ms. Catherine is going to open the bids for the RC slope mower for the Public Works.
The first bid is from Salem Rental Inc. In Salem, Indiana, and it is for the amount of $53,775. Okay, the second one is, Salem's company. Kentucky Powers, looks like. And it is for $53,775. Is that the same price?
Yes. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it was the same price. 53,777. This is
All
30
right,
cents.
we got a third one for the same amount.
Well, this one's
from-
30 cents more on the second one.
Oh, 30 cents, yeah.
53,775. All right.
Bluegrass Lawn and Garden, $53,775.
All right. I've never seen that. Let's see. We're gonna explain this bid to you. I wanna make sure that you guys know why we're bidding out this product.
Looks like this is from John Deere, and this amount is $51,894.40.
It's actually,
Wright Implement,
yeah,
Yep.
John Deere Wright
Oh, yeah.
Implement.
All right, is that-
they're a company that sells John Deere.
All right, so this piece of equipment, as you well know, there are places in the city we cut, if you see the slope on the Taco Bell side, it slopes down. We need something in there to actually cut that and be safe to cut it. This piece of equipment helps us in terrain that we can't really cut efficiently, but we're always trying to keep everything clean. We need this piece of equipment. And so we had to bid it out because it's over the 40,000 threshold. And I just want you all to know that was part of our bidding process today. I'll be getting with Tom. I've relied on him a lot. First of all, get the bids out there, but also I'm gonna let him pick the piece of equipment he wants. We've obviously got one that's a couple $1,000s less. If there's no difference in the product, I would assume that Tom will choose that. But we'll be getting that information to you at our next meeting. But we want you all to know we want to be transparent about this type of equipment. It's going to help the city, but obviously we have a process we have to go through. So thank you for spending a little time with us on that. All right, Ms. Catherine? And I'll be letting you guys, we're going to get this to Tom. I'm going to talk to him in the morning, and then we'll get something out to you guys on which one we're actually going to choose here. Okay? Rob, Mike? All right. So interesting, the three of them are the same. All right. Ms. Catherine, we have, this is for the dispenser of the card of Spencer County. If you want to read that, that's going to be a municipal order. It's 25-004A. It's got an A.
It's not
on it.
it's not an A,
That's-
that's a
that's just
typo.
a- so-
Municipal
typo.
order number 25004, City of Shepherdsville. A municipal order of the City of Shepherdsville, Bullock County, Kentucky, making the written determination required by KRS 82.083 for the sale or other disposition of property owned by the city. Whereas the City of Shepherdsville now owns property that is no longer useful or beneficial to the city, and where KRS 82.083 establishes certain requirements for the disposition of such property, now therefore it is hereby determined and ordered by the City of Shepherdsville, Kentucky as follows. Section 1, written determinations. Pursuant to the requirements of KRS 82.083 for the sale or other disposition of property owned by the city, it is hereby determined that the property described herein is no longer needed or beneficial to the city and shall be disposed of as set forth in KRS 82.083 subsection 4. Section 2, description of property. The subject property to be disposed of is the following. Unit 92, 2016 Ford Taurus Interceptor sedan, having VIN number 1FAHP2MKXGG145737. Section 3, intended use of property at time of acquisition. The property was to be used by the City of Shepherdsville Police Department. Section 4, reasons why it is in the public interest to dispose of the property. Due to mileage and wear and tear, the police department no longer uses this vehicle. Section 5, method of disposition pursuant to KRS 82.03, subsection 4A, the property will be transferred without compensation to the Spencer County Sheriff's Office. Section 6, the provisions of this municipal order are hereby declared severable, and if any section, clause, line, paragraph, or part of this municipal order shall for any reason be declared invalid or unconstitutional, the same shall not affect the validity of the remainder of this municipal order. Section 7, all prior municipal orders or parts of any prior municipal order in conflict herewith are hereby repealed. Section 8, this municipal order shall be in full force and effect upon adoption on this 11th day of August 2025.
And so for everybody here, this is actually a piece of equipment that we can no longer use, but we want to be good partners with our neighboring counties. Spencer County can use this vehicle, clean it up, fix it up, and they can use it. So we are actually transferred to them at no cost. We're just trying to help them out as well. They're a good partner of ours. We want to make sure we can help them out when we can. Darren, I don't know if there's anything else we need on this. We just want to make sure we've made all the approvals with them. We just want to make sure that you guys know it. Does the council have any questions about this vehicle and what we want to do with Spencer County? Mike, Rob, anybody? You guys are good?
Why don't we need it anymore?
It's pretty much done. I mean, it's pretty much done. We don't use it. Got a lot of
Mileage,
mileage on it. Yeah, it's got
wear and tear.
miles. And so they're just needing a vehicle that they're gonna put some love to it and make it work. So it's something for us, okay? It is. Right. Need a motion to accept this?
Motion to approve.
All right.
Second.
Also,
All right. So is that Jennifer or Rob? It's close there. I'm just gonna give it to Jennifer. All right, no, you're welcome. All right. So,
Jennifer.
so come on, come on. So this-
Brad.
Come on, make it work here. Come
Yes.
on. All right.
Rob,
Yes.
Jennifer,
yes.
Bonnie,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you all. Darren, if you'll relay that to the chief, I know he's out of town this week, so we'll make sure he gets that information. All right. We now have, if we will, have in our presentation of the rezoning of Beech Grove Road, what I'd like to do is start,
Emily, do you just want to come up here
Yeah, I was
before
gonna-
he
yeah.
starts?
push the button.
She just texted me, we're gonna pull it.
What?
She just texted me, we're gonna pull this.
okay.
That's why I just.
Yes,
stopped.
no worries. Hi.
Hi.
Emma, how are you this evening?
Good, how are you all?
I'm doing good, doing good. How can we help you?
Well, thank you for your time on this, and thank you to the council members I've been able to connect with since the last meeting to go over the proposed plan. We did make some changes to it and propose some restrictions on the development, you know, that includes removing one of the townhomes at the corner to address that visibility issue. We're gonna have the HOA include some restrictions about parking on the street, and then also, you know, making sure the trash cans are removed in a timely manner. I know that was one of Faith's concerns. And then we also did a traffic study, and it estimated only about 10 additional cars during peak hours would be added based on this proposed development. And then another concern was the HOA property, that we looked into that as well. and found that that open space area is part of the right-of-way, so it's not owned by the HOA, and, you know, anything in that area is part of the right-of-way would have to be removed and would require this property to have access on Oak Grove Boulevard. KYTC would not allow access on Beech Grove Road anyways, for this development. But all that to say, we made those changes, we talked with the council on those proposed changes, and based on the feedback that we have heard from the council members and from the neighbors that they have heard from, we are requesting this be tabled while we reevaluate the application and decide, you know, what we'd like to do next with that. So
Okay.
we do not have any plans of moving this application further at this point until we can revisit this plan and propose something that might be more suitable to the area.
Right.
Emily,
Yes.
are, you know, the idea that you and I had talked about, are they thinking about considering maybe doing that?
Doing,
Where, the lesser amount with the more.
yes, so that was part of it.
The
was-
better homes.
Yeah, that was part of it. You know, there's the density here, so that's something we're looking into evaluating is other options of potential housing on either something, not maybe townhomes, but maybe something else.
Okay.
But we just haven't, since we got feedback from you all and have digested it, we just haven't had time to put anything formal together. And, you know, we'll have to look at the regulations and see if that change of development warrants a change to a different zone or something else. But at this time, we just,
Okay, tell
we're
them
not,
that I appreciate
Yeah.
them considering that, cause I
Perfect.
think that that might be a good middle point between
Mm-hmm.
everybody to be more successful
yeah,
with this.
yes, we definitely we've heard the concerns and we want to take those into consideration.
All right, so what we want to do for everybody here, this, what she's asked, she wants to table this. That means that there'll be a time down the road that there'll actually be a public notice for you guys to come back in. And now, from our standpoint, planning and zoning has that, you will have to go back, any revisions, you'll have to go
Right.
back to them first.
Exactly.
All right, so
Okay,
this,
so you're gonna stop the whole process. So basically, we need to do an ordinance overruling
Yeah,
their
we're gonna.
decision, and you'll start back over with them.
That's the ultimate plan. I'll send a formal email on us pulling the application formally before an ordinance is read. But yes, that we're gonna regroup on this.
Okay, all right, well, we'll have to have the first reading at the next meeting with the
Yes.
second to follow up to
Yes.
meet the 90-day deadline,
Yeah.
so, okay.
so we'll do that piece, but for everybody here in the audience, what we will do, you'll be notified when they're actually gonna come together. I'm gonna suggest this just as a way of sometimes trying to get this situation, is I would prefer, if the next time with anything you got revision-wise, you're more than welcome to do this. The city council will make a public notice, have everybody, these folks out here, come sit with you guys
Okay.
and have that kind of meeting first, instead of having here at a council meeting.
Okay.
And council, you're more than welcome to come to this. But it's the idea that we're trying to make sure that when we have anything going on in the city, that we have this dialogue, to see if there is a way to make it work. I mean, obviously, you know from my standpoint as a mayor, I want housing, we do, but not at the expense of anybody else's property. So we're trying to figure out those things. Now, sometimes it comes together, sometimes it doesn't. But I think it's important we have this kind of dialogue. You know, I call it the, pitchforks and torches. We don't want to have those. We want to have you sit down as adults and talk about, what does that mean for your property? What does it mean for traffic? And all those things do matter. The facts matter, though. I think people have to be careful of what they're talking about when they talk about what the water has done over there, what has been recently versus maybe 25 years ago. We get all that. But it is your property, you've earned it, okay? Your hard work has gotten what you would, but also too with the city and its growth, we have to be very conscientious of how we grow. We know with struggles. We all know that we have 61 and we have 65, and that's it. And we know what it's like when 65 goes down. All of us know. So with that said, we're trying to be creative. Again, just like with the annexation piece that you just saw, that fits. That means that traffic fits on 112. It's not on 116, 117, right? So we are trying to be creative. We want you all to know we appreciate this matters to us. It matters to this council. They take it very seriously to make sure that you guys understand we're listening. We are listening to what you guys, but we are trying to make a good decision. Hopefully there's a way to make it work. Hopefully there's a good way between the compromises between both, that we can make it work, that we're bringing some new neighbors that fit that neighborhood. These are nice homes and they're affordable. And I mean, a lot of times we talk about affordable, that's a subjective thing. But if we can build a nice home that people can get into, because people want to move here. I want you all to know that. They want to move here. We have a lot of nice things working on in our city. We want this to work for everybody. So we will let you know. But I would like to definitely do, Emily, if you will, reach out to me sometime next few days. When we actually have some concessions and when you guys get some things worked out, let's bring everybody in here. Let's just sit down here and talk about this and see if we can get to the right thing before you bring it back to the council. Is that something we can do? All right, well, I really do appreciate y'all being here.
Thank you all for your time.
Yeah, and so Emily, thank you. We'll get the ordinance.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
Emily, real quick, you did not have a chance to meet offline with the citizens?
No, we did not. We worked with some of the council members, and then we were really just,
We're gonna bring you all back here.
yeah, we were kind of
I
just
want
working
all
out
of
the
you to come
plan.
back here and get to hear all
So
this.
we will reach out to them.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, has anybody posted a photo of what they want to do? Where
It
they
would-
want to do it?
Yes.
Have we seen a photo?
We presented a rendering at the planning commission and at the city meeting of what it would look like, potentially look like.
Yeah, so to answer your question, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually set up a public notice to have you guys come back here. And we'll have the TVs on so you can see designs, see what it looks like. We're gonna give you all the information and have a dialogue and questions and answers. Such. Yes, sir. I definitely wanna make sure. I think that'll help because some of you got information when you were here the last meeting we had. Some of you didn't. This way we have everybody here and we can all dialogue on what we think the best thing is for that area. You know, we obviously like to see some kind of housing over there, right? We would like to see some more housing, but let's make sure that that fits that part of the community. Okay? Thank you all for being here, but I also will make sure, Emily, thank you. We'll get the ordinance piece to make sure to extend your time.
I got a couple
Yes, sir.
questions. Emily.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I met with Emily and the developer last Friday. Originally, this was 19 units.
Yes, sir.
What was the anticipated or suggested sale price for the homes when they were proposing 19?
Michael, was it?
250?
Low
Yeah.
200. So that was one of the things we ran into that area was that with the developer cost and the reduction and the surrounding area of what the price of those homes were, we couldn't justify spreading that cost to the other townhomes while maintaining something that was affordable for that area that matched the price point of that area.
Right. So now backing it to 18, what's your anticipated sale price for each unit at 18 units? Pardon?
Yeah, I think we discussed.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shared cost by the units.
So anything less than 18 is going to, in your opinion, do what to the, it's gonna raise it, do you have any idea how much? About 15 a unit? Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do this. That may be part of the conversation. We talk about this compromise that everybody's trying to put together here. Let's make that part of the dialogue that we have when we set up a meeting for you guys to come back in here. That way, it gives everybody a chance to kind of at least listen to the reason why it is what it is, and then maybe make some concessions if they are. Maybe the price being a little bit more is something that's suitable for the area. But let's just leave all that for the next meeting.
Thank you guys
Emily,
for
I
your time.
appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we'll get all that out. We'll make sure everybody knows when we're having that meeting. All right? Now, with that said,
So I will get an ordinance ready. So if you guys are paying attention to the agenda, you will see a first reading of the ordinance overruling this. And then we'll have a second reading to make it official. Because if they do not overrule it, then whatever planning commission said they could do, they can do. So we're gonna have to formally overrule it. You do not need to be here, because that's what's gonna happen, because they've pulled it essentially. But I wanted to let you know, if you see that on there, that is why we have to do it. And then they'll start over. I mean, he's talking about doing a public meeting with you guys, but it will still have to then go through the process of the planning commission. So again, you would show up there if you want to speak, and then once they make a decision, it will come back to the city. And who knows how long that'll be, I don't know how long they're gonna
yeah,
take
but
to do
I
that,
would
but-
prefer, yes, ma'am.
Question
Yes, ma'am.
about all this. I know you're trying to push it back.
Huh?
But she's saying 18 units, but only 10 additional cars? That is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where she got that information. I have no idea where they got that information, but I will say this, that's what's gonna be important, because I would like to have this meeting with them before they go to planning and zoning. Because then again, if none of you can make it, you guys have made it very clear what you wanna see there, because they're not gonna go to planning and zoning without your feedback. They're gonna take your feedback and go to planning and zoning. If they try to do anything differently, they gotta come back here anyway. After they go back to planning and zoning, they gotta come back here again, right? Because they're making these changes. Yes, ma'am.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, ma'am, come on up here, come on up here.
It's just my thought, and I haven't been
Uh-huh.
to the meeting. However,
Uh-huh,
They're not of value to our property.
okay.
Put townhouses in there, and you're gonna downgrade everybody's property. So if they're gonna do something, if you're gonna pass
Okay.
something, we're asking that you pass homes, not townhouses.
So again, this is what I think, this is important. Please take all of this right now and hold on, make your notes, please. I want you all to come out here together and let's make sure that they hear exactly what you want from the developers. And if it does work for you, then it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I want to make sure that you guys have the right to voice your opinion to this developers here in this city council room, okay? I want to make sure you're here. So we're gonna let you all know that. If you have any issue at all, I'll make sure it's on my page. Please reach out. Yes, sir, we gotta finish this up. Yes, sir. Oh, you, right there.
If
Yes.
the meeting's over, why didn't we all just leave? Why did they just leave?
No, you all, we're getting ready to adjourn our meeting.
Yeah.
We got a couple of, oh yeah, we're getting ready done. We're getting ready done. We're getting ready to finish up.
Nobody here, none of our concerns.
Well, no, that's not
They
it.
pulled it.
They
Clearly,
pulled.
they're gonna do something more, because they made some minor changes, and the intention was to present that, and then the council was gonna go back and figure out, okay, do we wanna do that or not? We were gonna have an ordinance. Based on them pulling it, I'm gonna say that they're going to go back and really relook at this and maybe come up with a totally different schematic. So that's why they left. I mean, they're
Yeah.
just done. They
Yeah,
know
they're
what's
just
gonna
done for the day.
happen. So whatever they proposed, I would kind of just put that in the back of your mind. And if and when they come back with a fresh, open mind, because it might be something very different. Or at least 50% different, you know what I mean?
One more
Like
question. What you got, sir? Okay.
Sorry, my name is David LeBake, by the way. I live in 555 Oak Grove
Uh-huh.
Boulevard. Now, I have overheard earlier a gentleman talking to another gentleman about he has tried to get Oak Grove widened. Oh, Beach Grove, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you can't get Beach Grove Road.
That's a
widened.
state road. Yeah, it's a state road. City can't touch that road.
Is it something that the city can do?
No.
Oh, no.
Getting the state to widen that road?
Well, we're just trying,
Bag.
we're trying to get an exit ramp at 119. I'm trying to get to 61 4 lanes to 245.
We've
I'd
been
like a
trying
bridge
that
on
for
the other
years.
side
They
of
won't do it.
65 so we have another route to get out. So we've got some real challenges out there. All right, one more, we're gonna finish it up. But listen, I wanna come back, I wanna do this again. I think this will be a good dialogue. And you may really change the way that maybe look, it may not still work for you, but at least you have a voice that's gonna be heard through these developers. What was it? Yes, ma'am.
61 gonna be widened?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
We're asking for that. I'm asking for a hair too. I don't know which one's gonna come first.
Here's the biggest problem that Beach Grove area has. When there's a wreck, and everybody in here is gonna say the same
Oh, yeah.
thing. When there's a wreck
Oh,
on
yeah.
65, Beach Road is
The whole-
shut down.
the whole
You can't
city,
get in and out
the
of
whole-
Shepherdsville.
Yes, ma'am, the whole city is shut down. Remember when we had the flooding? When 61 was shut down? Oh, remember we had a 2.5 hour? Yeah. So anyway, real quick for you all, listen, let's just say this to you. First of all, thank you all for being here, okay? We're going to listen to you. We're going to make sure everybody knows. All right, real quick, council. Bonnie, do you have anything for us? We are done. Oh, department heads. I don't care about those guys.
I do have one more
right.
question on
I
the,
do.
on
What's
the
it?
last thing.
All right.
So first reading next meeting and then second reading, and then we're gonna override.
No, it's the overrule. All right,
And we have time to do all that?
we won't do it. Hold on. Can I get everybody's attention for a minute, please? Stop, please, just for everybody. All right, I don't have anything yet, but I promise you that as soon as we get it, I will notify everybody through all kinds of means. We have Amber Odom, my community planner. We'll make sure everybody knows. And if you don't know, call up here in the office. In about a week or two, I'll have a date for you, and it'll be here, probably like a 6 o'clock time, one day during the week, and we'll have you all come back out here with the developers so you can listen to what they're proposing. As soon as they let us know, you'll be the first ones to know. All right? I mean that to you. All right. So, Rob, you had a question? What was it again?
I think she answered it.
Oh, she did?
We're gonna have the first reading next meeting and then the second reading. I just wanna make sure we had time to do all that.
We do.
We do.
Okay.
We do. All right. So, Jody, I know. All right, let's do the fire truck. That's right. Let's real quick. Come on up here. Come on up here.
If you would, I got a question here or statement on this,
For
on the, public meetings.
the public meeting. Okay. What would you, before Chief starts, what would you
So-
like to say, Mike?
You know, by the time, a lot of people turned out tonight because they figured it was gonna be a public hearing and they would have a chance to speak tonight. I know at a previous public hearing that there were elected officials, that had met with people from that area.
Mhm.
I don't know as it was publicized or whatever.
It was.
And in my opinion, just my opinion, the majority, I think, of these people that live in that area are working people.
Okay.
And they maybe not have the flexibility to meet, as much as other groups.
So we're not, just answer,
So, I just I'm wondering why this is what it appears to me to be. We announced a public hearing, we come here, but we're not gonna have a public hearing.
because they know what they have initially proposed is not gonna be something you like. So they're regrouping. That's all that is. That's just part of a process, Mike. I will say for you all, though, it'll probably be, like I said, next 2, 3, 4 weeks when that happens, but it'll be just one time to bring you all in here. We did it. It is effective to have you all here and let them hear your voices. They'll hear every one of you. Anything you want to mention to them, and I would write down anything you got. If you can't make it that day, please make sure you have somebody that is coming to ask you a question. Make sure. Yes, sir.
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
This is along what he was saying. It's like they already made up their mind before they even came here. So when we came here to actually.
Well, I don't know that.
It's like, just like non-existent.
Well, listen, can I just say that, again, and we appreciate that, but here's what you gotta understand. Your voices were loud right then. Did you not see that? Yeah.
So,
Again, it
by
just-
the way, they did not, Mike, to answer your question,
Nobody-
the reason why nobody knew, I got a text at 6:11 from Emily telling me that they were tabling it and
we didn't
pulling it.
know. We
If
didn't
we
know.
had known, we certainly would have let you guys
let you guys
know,
know.
and we would have somehow tried to get it out to the public, that the public hearing had been canceled. Although they still may have wanted to come to hear why it was canceled and what was happening,
So
but.
you got that at 6:11, that,
Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know till after the
So,
meeting started.
I saw them outside talking earlier, and maybe they were talking about, do we really want to go forward with this, or do they want, I don't know, I didn't hear them, I just saw them.
Pretty much what you're saying is that our appearance actually made them.
I think,
I would think so.
I think part of that's true. I think so. I think you've made you've made it you've made it very clear. The neighborhood has made it very clear. They want to see, you're here, first of all, your concerns about this.
I talked to Emily around 2 o'clock this afternoon, and their intention then was to still propose it. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this was a last-minute decision.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
No, it's a fair question. I appreciate that. All right, Chief, come on up here real quick. Again. It's all good. All right, Chief, you want to talk just briefly about the fire truck?
I sent you all an initial email and then this letter right here. The truck obviously was totaled. We're requesting up to 970,000 total. The way that looks is, the initial request was 960. We found some options that I included for you that they potentially could give us. When I say potentially, it's all about an engineer who can fit it on the apparatus. That's all that means. If that is feasible, they will let us know, or they will do like always and deny it, okay? Obviously, the 619,000 comes from the KLC. Brenda, correct me, ma'am? We will have that this week. It's been sent out. Brenda sent out the title and also the registration to KLC, and then we should be receiving that money as soon as possible.
Yeah, the only thing I want for you guys is because the insurance didn't cover the maximums on this truck, we're just gonna, since it was not put in the budget, we'll do a review at January 1 to see where we're at, to see if we have to make any amendments to that, so you guys know that. But we'll find the money to cover that. Plus, we've got FEMA money that we did not include in last year's budget for the flooding. So there is some compensation that may help us with this. Unfortunately, it's out of our control, but we have to have the truck.
Yes,
I
sir.
thought we needed that this year, though.
What's that?
I thought we needed that this year.
We really weren't gonna even, the FEMA, we weren't sure about it, so now we're being
But
confirmed.
we have this one plus another one, right? Because I thought there was a truck included in the budget.
No, ma'am, not
Not
this
this
year.
one.
We were gonna include
They've
one.
ordered it. It
To
takes-
be ordered to come in like 27, but
Okay.
obviously we never anticipated
Okay,
this
so we
one.
didn't put that one in.
No.
No,
Okay.
not yet. But there will be one next time.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
And then, Rob, to answer.
Thank you all for coming.
The
If you guys
FEMA
want to leave, we
money is-
appreciate that.
It works. We'd be excited to get it,
Yeah.
but the president so the governor declares, and then the president says, hey, he blesses it that it's gonna come out. So we
give
don't
them
know
a
if it's gonna come out or not, to answer your question on that.
Everybody good with that? We'll keep you guys posted on that one. All right, Chief, thank you for that. Anything else you want to add? Thank you all for coming. I
Do I
really
have
do
any
appreciate it.
questions
Thank
at
you.
all about the truck at all?
We good?
I think we're clear. I'm clear.
Okay.
I can't speak for everybody, but I'm
Jody, I
good.
think
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna give them a chance to get out. Thank you all for coming. Steve, how are you today? All right? Well, we'll give them a chance to. Frog here, split 3 ways. All right, we're good. All right, so with that said, Darren, do you want to come up here and speak a little bit on behalf of the police department? You got anything?
Thank you, Jody.
Oh,
Thank you. There's a picture. You can hang it up on your wall.
Okay, thank you.
the Nation's Night Out? I thought that was great. Tuesday, it was really cool. Did really well.
Really, the only thing we have is obviously tomorrow's the first day of school. We have a pretty proactive plan on dealing with that. Obviously, for the first week, everybody, the traffic's gonna be bad. Everybody wants to take their kids to school for the first day. It's gonna be bad, we're gonna deal with it. We will have officers at every school in the city at arrival and dismissal tomorrow. And of course, our SROs will be back at it full-time in the school starting tomorrow. So, any questions?
You want to talk about night out? I was gonna say congratulations.
Yes.
It was a great night out.
Yes, our first night out, I think, went rather well. The chief, and, a couple other people like Sergeant Roeder spent a lot of time planning that. I think it was a great event for the first time. Hopefully next year, we can work with the schools and maybe, move some open houses away from that date. And that, we plan a bigger turnout next year.
Yeah, I think it went well. There's some weather concerns. Obviously, we cut it short just a little bit,
Yeah.
about 7:30, but it all turned out really well. I think the kids really loved it, having the petting animals there too.
Yeah, in fact, we gave Miss Inlow a badge. She's now a police officer, in case anybody wants to know.
All right.
So,
You didn't give her a taser, she'll be coming after me.
We did get a little rain. See it may have made your hair grow a little bit.
it did. I haven't shaved my head. I was thinking about growing out my hair, but, we'll get into my.
We talked about Rain-X.
I'm thinking we're going back because it's too much work.
All right.
I'm thinking about haircuts and it's just making me sad. So,
I think I have a little of that going on too. Thank you for noticing. Yeah. Thank you, sir. I've talked to Tom. They are actually, just for everybody's benefit, on this new material that we're using for the roads is really doing well. In places that we used it, it's gonna save us a lot of money as far as the road repair. We've got a full list. They did some work in Mallard Lake. I know the Point's gonna get its main road done. I think the first time in 20 years. So there's a lot of things on the schedule. So if you got a road, reach out to Tom or to Matt, myself, and if it's not already on the list, it's on an ongoing list. The idea of this material is gonna help the city save millions of dollars, really in the long run, but it gives us the life of a road 5 more years. I call it the Flex-All for roads. It's a very interesting product. Steelmaster, we're the first client to have in the state of Kentucky. So they're actually doing the work for us free. We bought the material and they're putting it down for us at no charge. And then you're using the city of Shepherdsville as an opportunity, and Tom did a great job with this. Did a great job getting this put together. So it's a great opportunity for us to try a product that hopefully keeps our roads nicer. Been neglected for the last 15 years. I think we've had some opportunities with drainage and roads. But I think this is great to see how this works. It's really gonna help us. Any money that we save there is gonna go right into sidewalks.
Now,
Yep.
if the really bad roads, are we gonna pave them?
No, we're gonna mill and asphalt those, but we're talking about a lot of the roads that just need some cosmetic work and a few
Yeah,
little
that's
spaces.
what I mean.
Yeah, if you ever look at the roads that just need their basic asphalt, instead of doing that, they're just filling in the cracks and then putting a sealer on it. It gives you about another 5 years on the road. It really will save the city about $1 million this year in road repairs, so we're
So
kind of.
anything that's really bad, we'll pave.
Yeah, we're actually gonna have you do that out
Thank
there with
you.
the group. Yeah,
It'll
we're
save
gonna get you the
money.
fluorescent jacket. We're gonna have you out there moving traffic.
I'll
No.
flag.
Yeah, she's a flagger. We got it. All right, but no, seriously, we're gonna really see how this works. It'll be a very interesting year. We did it in the park. The farmers market looks really good. That's one of the areas that we did first to see how that material would look and how it would hold up. Looks like it's doing really well, so we're pretty excited about that. We always know the water and sewers, obviously, the sewer department's doing what they do, but I will also say there's a lot of work being done. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot more movement on construction. If you notice, the archway for the town square is being built right now. On the Frankie Simon side, they've poured the splash pad concrete already. They've got the place where the playground, we have all the playground equipment for the all-inclusive playground. It's 120 feet by 120 feet. It's got special needs features in there. But it also has a basketball court for the kids. There's a pickleball court on that side. On the First Street side, you got the basketball court and the pickleball court now. We put a lot of landscape. You haven't noticed at Wendy's? There's some new landscape there, trying to make our front door look as well as, we're also gonna put a fence through that area too. So that's a lot of public works. I wanna make sure that Tom's get a chance to come out here, but I have asked him in the next month to actually come out and actually talk, and give you an overview of everything that we've been doing over the last 3 or 4 months. Yes.
The all-inclusive playground,
Uh-huh.
will it include?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And matter of fact, we got.
If it's swing.
That's right. Well, actually, it's gonna have one there, but it's also gonna have one on the playground we have now. That's already been ordered. But
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
they
I
had
had
one.
a friend ask me.
Yeah, they had one of them, I think they used to have on there, Jennifer?
Yeah.
That was either torn or broken or something, like,
Yeah.
it's a few months, so this, we're putting one there, so they're an infant swing on both playgrounds. You got one on the First Street side, you're gonna have the other big playground on the Frankie Simon side, so it's gonna be real nice. It's got the splash pad for the kids as well as the aquatic center, which, I mentioned the aquatic center? Imagine that, first time today. But I do think you'll see that, and if you look next door, the skate park is being built for the kids. So it's real nice, it's in a safe place for the kids. A lot of times these skate parks get built, they get built in areas that, you know, aren't quite as, you know, like the downtown Louisville one, it's in a place that's a little more secluded. Sometimes these things happen to them. This where it's close, we can keep an eye on the kids, make sure they stay safe while they're having a good time.
I know a lot of people are complaining because it's on such a busy road, but really, it's right next, if kids get hurt, it's right next to the fire department.
Yeah, we'll put them on a
and the
truck and take them somewhere. right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll get them somewhere. All right, with that said, so I want to keep you an update on, Miss Brenda, how are our cats doing?
The cats are wonderful.
Yeah, just make sure the cats
Mean
are-
today.
They're mean, oh, cats were mean today. Tom, you want a cat? No, we have one mean one today. No way, son. Well, one's mean. Yeah, that's one we're gonna let you see. We'll let you see the mean cat. All right, Miss Brenda, thank you. All right, Miss Bonnie, I know you've been some interesting times.
Well, I've had some interesting lately. Y'all know my RV burnt Friday, and I live in an RV. But I'm blessed, all my animals made it out alive. I'm good, it's replaceable. Fire department, police department were there, and they were awesome. They took really good care of me. The fire department took me to Walmart, got me some clothes to wear, because they're all gone. And Officer Prophet, when he got there, unhooked my 100-pound propane tanks and got them away from the camper. He risked his life doing that, and I appreciate that. And fire department did an excellent job putting that fire out, because when I pulled in behind them, them flames they were high, and they had it out in no time. But it was a total loss. But I appreciate all the people who've been giving me gift cards and bringing me stuff that I need and everything. And I really appreciate that, and appreciate how our city came together to be a good, loving community to me. And I can't say enough about them, and know that God was there for me. Faith is strong, and that's all I got.
Yeah, well, we're glad you're okay, and you know the community's behind you. God
Thank
love
you.
you. All right, Mr. Brad.
Got nothing in mind.
All right, Miss Jennifer.
I just want to say, when you're saying prayers for Bonnie tonight, make sure you keep faith in your prayers, because she
Yes.
rang the bell on
Yep.
Friday.
All right.
So
All
everybody,
right.
she did finish her last chemo.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Miss
Yes.
Jennifer. Mr. Rob Adams.
Couple things. So we did have some concerns over the painting of the roads, just a little bit more communication,
Oh, I'm sorry.
a little bit more communication with the road painting.
The road painting?
Yeah,
Painting-
where they-
we're painting the roads.
just-
Yes, sir.
So we need to take in consideration second and third shift, make sure they're getting their door knocked on. And they have like a window, I know, but just a little bit more communication, because they're kind of confused and they're worried about. I for one didn't know it was just 48 hour or 40 hour. Or I'm sorry, I thought it was 48 hours total, because we had
Yeah,
the park
so-
shut down. But I do want to make sure that they're a little bit.
What you're talking about is the application of that, we were talking about, that sealer. They put the first one on, it has to have 4 hours. So if we're in your neighborhood, if we go down to cul-de-sacs, we're gonna do those. They're knocking on doors, hey, do I have to take off? We'll be here for 4 hours. And then they'll come back the next day and do another, they gotta do 2 coats on that to keep that on there. It's something we'll make sure, I'll make sure, I talked to Tom about that. But we wanna make sure any neighborhood, we try to send you notices that we're in your neighborhood, because everyone wants the roads done. But there is a little bit of inconvenience of when you can be in and out on those roads if you want us to fix them. So we do try to communicate, but I will make sure, I'll give it them. What else you got?
And then we had there's a ditch that we need to take a look at, with
Okay.
code enforcement on.
Where's that?
Kind of in the same area.
Where?
around the Tyler area. Where they just
Okay.
paved.
There's some areas in the back, so we did a little bit of work on the backside. Is this on the front?
I think it's between properties.
Gotta make sure where the easement is, maybe one of the easements of the properties themselves. We cannot work on their properties, but
Right, but I think it may be a code enforcement thing.
do me a favor, would you send me something on that?
I will.
And I'll make sure you get, all right, thank you, Rob.
And then,
Yep.
one more thing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Drainage, how are we doing with the drainage project?
We just keep waiting for them to give us our permit. I mean, you can see, if you can't see it because it's blocked off, but all the pipe is ready to go down, and that's why we started all the park plans, because we can start it, but where the line goes, if you think about where Lee Street is, and run it to the river, if you can go that far, that area right there is actually where that pipe is gonna go. But they've had 7 weeks, Rob, 7 weeks that they've had our information. We've asked, they called again called again on Thursday.
So, last September, we had the pipes there and we were ready to dig, and I was just wondering why we're just getting permits seven
No.
weeks ago.
No, so when you dig and you find things in the rock, they stopped us. They thought there was some archaeology in there, so they stopped the process with us. They made us resubmit bids again, so now we're having to go back again. After they saw what came in the dirt, they said it looked like archaeological arrowheads, and it was not. It was just rock, but they stopped us. And then there was some mitigation involved, so we had to change from, we wanted, if you look at the area of Frankie's Hyman and you come in there behind Tony Cox's house, that area back there, we were gonna mitigate that and make all that wetlands and even make it really nice for the park. Remember, we were gonna walk through, kids with it, and they said no. They said, if you want to, for a little bit of money, you can do that.
Who said no?
Corps of Corps of Engineers. Corps of Engineers said no to that. So what they did then, so then we said no to that. So now we're just waiting, we submitted our plans again so that they can move those over and see if they like those. They said that what we got is right. But I talked to Scott and Arthur every week. All right, so and we're at the mercy of they're telling us that because of the federal cuts, they don't have as many people. That was the last quote that I got from Scott, and I got that last week. So it's really frustrating, I'll be very honest with you. We'd like to get that drainage in, because that's an important part of from 44 to the river, but then the other piece comes in from West Blue Lick to 44. Take that drainage off of that West Blue Lick, it's really bad. All right? I promise you, I'm gonna let you guys be the first ones to know as soon as I hear it. Because, I mean, we talk about it every week. It's just really a frustrating thing that we're at the mercy of them giving us the approval.
Okay, that's all I have.
No, that's good questions, good questions. Mike, what you got for us?
Well, I know I mentioned it a couple of times before, and I don't know, you had mentioned reasons, but I didn't get what I consider the total answer, so I'll
Okay.
go back and
Come on,
tell them.
tell me what you got.
One was the concerns that several people have of going into and out of Wendy's.
Huh?
Obviously, there's still people coming out, turning left, maybe not as much as before.
It's drastically less.
Yeah, and the other one is people are turning left to go in from Adam Shepherd. When they get down there by Kroger, they're turning in there and crossing several lanes of traffic and such. And the suggestion from someone was, can we do something like they had at Love's with the yellow plastic
And put them down through there,
through an area that
but prevent them trying to make a left-hand
people
turn?
are going in
I'll check with Arthur on that. What's that?
I think that would help.
Yeah, I think what you'll find is they'll just run them over and.
I was gonna say, when I asked about it when we first took office, you
Yeah.
said.
They'll run them over. I mean, they really, unless you build a wall
Well,
there.
they'll just make a U-turn. That's what they
Yeah.
do.
So step back to your first point on the left-hand turn. By doing what we did when we first came into office, what the whole idea is to stop the madness of doing it all the time because of the accidents that the police department was mentioning
Right.
that happened there. So we drastically stopped that by putting in that island in there. It's like, hey, no left-hand turn. I don't know who designed it. I would love to talk to them.
Okay.
So with that said, that's minimized most of it. I think it's really gonna be, unless you had somebody there, I think early on I had a police officer there, we cited some people, got people to really pay attention. But we have a lot of out-of-towners that come in.
Yeah.
Right, just to get gas and some food, they don't really care. They're just gonna do what they do and they'll make, and especially a lot of times if you look at nighttime or if it's the lower volume, they're making that turn. I still see it. I look in my mirror and watch that person and there they go. There they go. So, we'll minimize that some. We've looked at maybe bringing it back. The law enforcement's in so many different places. We talk about some of the things that we see that's influxed here from Louisville. That makes us be more of our neighborhoods. We've been trying to patrol more and be out there because kids are doing things that are just amazing. Just not good, not good stuff.
Put G&E barriers up there.
So we can't put barriers, that would be really obstruction with that whole area there, coming in and out of that light. You couldn't put a concrete barrier there. But what we can do, from the standpoint of the no left-hand turn, we minimize most of that. We can just have to keep manner, it's like everything else. Unless you're there every moment of the day, you're not gonna stop that. People will do. We see things on all kinds of roads that people do, right? That left-hand turn is not much of a challenge for some of these people. But I do think the part about looking at the left-hand turn back in there, Mike, let me talk to them and let's see if we
Okay.
can get somebody to look at that. I think that's a fair point.
The other thing was you mentioned, I mean, I brought up the subject of the striping on Joby Hall as you
Yeah,
turn
bear
left
with us on
off
that.
44.
We are gonna do that.
You mentioned that you were possibly delaying that because of putting some drainage pipes underneath there.
No, on part of that is just the fact that on Joby, are you talking about the Joby Hall going onto the Taco Bell side, or that side, are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so all
In
that
that
on that
area.
side, part of that is that road's gonna be reconstructed, right? Part of it's gonna be done immediately when you come out of the Aquatic Center, it's gonna go this way, it's gonna have curb and gutter, it's gonna have real nice sidewalks, so you can walk from Taco Bell, from the gas station, you'll be able to all the way to Carpenter, safely walk all that way. We don't have any sidewalks. Same thing, like we already have a sidewalk from BC to here. So the sidewalk piece in that, so I do think that might be delayed, but if we could do something, I don't know how long they actually paint, if it's every couple of years.
Yeah.
But I'll talk to Arthur in the morning and just say, if there's something,
It's
we can do
It's
something.
bad enough to see it when it's clear, and when it's raining and such, it's almost not.
Yeah, I've heard that. You guys have said it, but some other people have said it too. So I'll reach out to Tom. That's our road. We can do anything we want to that road, so we can do something. Yeah, so Joby Hall is our road. So we can look at something like that. If we just did it now and then come back next summer and really tidy everything up when we get through with that whole area over there, that might be something we do. But I'll reach out to Arthur in the morning and Tom
Okay.
for the painting. Okay, sir?
All right, that's,
All right. That help a little bit? A little
Little
bit? A little bit?
little bit.
All right. All right. All
I
right.
think we just went further down the road there a little bit.
Yeah, we'll try to get that. There's some crazy stuff like that. Still can't get over the left-hand turn that close to a light.
I think that's all I got for this evening.
All right. Well,
Motion to adjourn.
look at you. Man, I'm looking, I got one here. It was like nobody responded. All right, take that second. All right, Miss Brenda?
Mike,
Yes?
Bonnie,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
All right, thank you all for being here. And I know, like I said, we'll make sure, I'll come out and see you guys in a minute. Council, thank you. You guys have a great, Tom, good to see you. How was your meeting over there at school?
Long, because long, but tax rates are going down, but you all have to go down too. Why? It's not like you have a choice. I know.